If you want to support your Green Bay Yampers, make sure you check out our great new products over at the merch store. Our link will be in the description below. 50% of the profits will be going to the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. Make sure you go check it out. What is going on, Brownie Bros? It is Big Time Brownie, your coach of the Green Bay Yampers, here for week 2 of the UPA. This week we are taking on the Milwaukee Metachams and Goki Gamer. Go on and check him out. We have a little bit of a Wisconsin rivalry this week. We actually battled him in the UPA Showdown Division. We were able to beat him there. I think it was actually the last battle that I uploaded from the Showdown Division. And I know I have been saying I was going to upload the playoff match that I had. Unfortunately, I totally forgot. I was going back through the recordings while editing, and I totally forgot that my internet went out like 4 different times during that match. So the recording's kind of trash. I'll put the replays to the last 2 games of the Showdown regular season and that playoff match in the description if you want to go check those out. We did unfortunately lose in the first round of the playoffs. It came down to the wire, and, it came down to a 50-50 play that I, looking back on it, really it was like a 70-30 play that I should have made. But make sure you go check that out. We had a great Showdown regular season, finishing at the top of that league. So we're hoping to replicate that this week, and the best way to do that is to go 2-0. Spoilers, we won last week, not in the way that I wanted. It was kind of, I don't want to say undeserved, because I think we still could have won, but also kind of undeserved. So it is what it is. We are 1-0 now, which is great for us as we come into week 2. You can see both of our teams on the screen. By the way, I am wearing my Green Bay Yamper shirt. Make sure you cop yours. I know I said this, I probably recorded a little intro, but 50% is going to charity, so make sure to cop one of these. You get a sweet shirt, you support your Yampers and me, and also a good cause at the same time. But as you can see on the screen, he has Chansey, Colossal, Duraludon, Glastrier, Inteleon, Jolteon, Necrozma, Sandslash, Tapu Bulu, Toxapex, and Xatu. So this is a really fascinating team because it's kind of scary, actually, but it's also just really, it's really weird, and like not in a bad way. It's just weird to me, and I think there's like a lot of pretty good type synergy, and he has a lot of Pokemon that do appreciate the grassy terrain from Tapu Bulu, but I think it's the speed tiers that sort of trip me up. You have Jolteon at 130, and Inteleon is 120, I believe, and then the next fastest thing is Xatu at 95, which you might run speed, but I'm going to assume he's not going to run speed most of the time. And then Necrozma at 79. So that really, our fastest Pokemon's Azelf at 115. So that really allows us to basically run a positive attacking nature if we need to, which is helpful. I also think we have a decent matchup this week, and you can already see my team on the screen that I'm bringing. And I was bouncing around a lot of different Pokemon. I landed on these 6. I was considering Decidueye. It was on the first iteration of this team. At the last second, I was like, wait, Moltres has a really good matchup, actually, but I just couldn't, I didn't know what to take off, so I decided to go with these 6 here, and I'm going to bring up the Pokepaste right now. So we have 4 Pokemon returning from last week, but first up we have Mifa, our Azelf, with the Expert Belt with Psyshock, Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, and Nasty Plot. And as you can see, we are able to run Modest Azelf with 252 special attack and 212 speed. I had a little bit less speed, but I decided, you know what, it's worth it to maybe outspeed Xatu if he does bring max speed Xatu. I think the amount of bulk I'm getting is like really inconsequential. So we have Psyshock because at +2 we easily 2-hit KO Chansey with Psyshock. Dazzling Gleam really helps us with Scrafty. +2 Dazzling Gleam Oko's Scrafty with a Roselli Berry. And then really with any other set, including Assault Vest, like Dazzling Gleam knocks him out. It also hits Duraludon super hard as well. Yeah, I mean, it's a good move. Psyshock also is obviously stab and helps with Toxapex as well. And then we have Shadow Ball for Necrozma, so at +2, after like 1 spike, we should always be taking out Necrozma with a +2 Shadow Ball with our Expert Belt. And, you know, obviously it has Prism Armor, so that's a little bit scary, and it could be running, like, Weakness Policy or something. So, you know, I will be a little bit scared to do Shadow Ball, but one Shadow Ball into a Draining Kiss should do the job. Next up we have Puffin, our Rotom Heat with Overheat, Volt Switch, Defog, and Toxic. This is another set that I was just really going back and forth. Like, do I want Thunderbolt? Because Thunderbolt does 2-hit KO defensive Toxapex. But I decided, you know, I think if Toxapex is in, I can just easily Volt Switch into one of my other threats and take it out. I thought I really needed the momentum. Yeah, and I thought I also just needed Toxic to maybe hit Jolteon to be able to hit Necrozma if it wants to autotomize. Or even Tapu Bulu or something like that, which I don't know why Tapu Bulu would come in on a Rotom Heat. It probably wouldn't, but even Sandslash too. So like to hit those things with Toxics, I thought it would be good to have that instead. Really, it's mostly for Necrozma because I don't have Toxic on the rest of my team, and you know Overheat I think is needed for like Bulu and Duraludon. So and Defog as well. He has a lot of hazards, a lot of potential hazards. He has the Colossal with Stealth Rock and Spikes. He has Sandslash with Stealth Rock and Spikes, and then he has Xatu that can bounce back our spikes. Chansey gets rocks. Toxapex has Toxic Spikes. So I thought I would probably might need Defog. So it is mostly defensive. I ran a little bit of speed to be able to maybe outspeed a little bit of speed invested Duraludon, who's 85. Duraludon has 85 speed, so I didn't mention that when I was talking about the speed tiers. And, you know, outspeed anything else that's trying to speed creep Rotom, like maybe Bulu if he's not running full speed, or if he's not running much speed, he might try to outspeed 0 speed Rotom Heat. So we have a little bit of speed there. We are able to take on pretty much every hit. We are able to take a +1 Meteor Beam, I believe, if I remember correctly. You know what? We can just do the calc right now. So and that's at level 100. That's why it's doing that much. Or sorry, we were able to take 1 Meteor Beam. So this is something that I'm a little bit nervous about. Meteor Beam, like he could just go for a Meteor Beam on Rotom, and I think the special attack procs first. So, but we can take a +1 Photon Geyser, which is really nice, and we can get a Toxic off. So, and then on the defensive side, we obviously take Horn Leeches pretty well. I don't want to say we wall Bulu because this thing can get Stone Edge. But a Choice Banded Stone Edge is not a guaranteed OHKO. So, really, Rotom, I thought I needed Defog, and it gave me some good momentum. Some of the calcs aren't favorable. That was Choice Banded Bulu, and if he is Choice Banded, I think we should be able to handle it in other ways. Alright, next up we have Comfey, which is one of our win cons, once again, with Draining Kiss, Store Power, Taunt, and Calm Mind. Initially, I actually had Substitute, but I thought Taunt might be better if he wants to go for Haze or Toxic from Toxapex, or Toxic from Chansey. Really, taunting those things allows us to get an extra Calm Mind off, or we can really just set up on Toxapex with Taunt. And if we get to +2, we can pretty much sweep. He doesn't really have any resistances to the set. I don't think he has any. His best resistance is Chansey. We have to get to like +4 to 2-hit KO Chansey, but it could be possible, I guess. Seismic Toss does do quite a bit because Comfey's HP stat's like 51, so it's pretty bad. But we are modest with 252 HP, or sorry, special attack, 100 HP, and 156 speed. And that is to outspeed, I forgot what that was to outspeed. Outspeed something to hit Store Power with. Anyway, I think it's Bulu. Anyway, so we have that with the Life Orb. Then we have Syndulla, our Heracross, with Guts, with Flame Orb, Jolly Nation with Close Combat, Mega Horn, High Horsepower, and Spikes. This is another Pokemon that I was going back and forth, not necessarily on the moves, but on the item. So I initially had Scarf because I was like, okay, after Dragon Dance, I can still outspeed. Scarf Moxie I was initially having. I can still outspeed Necrozma, and I can hit it with a Mega Horn. But I opted to go for Flame Orb because the extra damage really, really helps with Toxapex, and we also can't just like switch on us. We can just click moves, and it's faster than everything on his team except for Xatu, Jolteon, and Inteleon, and then it speed ties Dralodon. So it's naturally faster than all those things. I actually think Scarf Bulu might be what he brings, but the Spike is really good for Comfey and for Azelf. Like, just getting that little bit of damage allows those two things to basically sweep and win. Then we have Beskar, Melmetal, holding the Assault Vest with double Iron Bash, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, and you can't see the last move there, but it's superpower. And this is the one where we can take a +1. So if we go to Necrozma here, and we go to Meteor Beam, and, I mean, let's just say he's modest at level 50. We can take a +1 Heat Wave pretty well, actually. So, and then we can get a huge double Iron Bash back, and then that puts him in range of the what's it called? The Draining Kiss. And then obviously if he's not Meteor Beam, like, you know, Heat Wave is not doing that much. Earth Power is doing even less if that's what he goes for. This thing, it can take basically 1 +1 hit from Necrozma if it's special. And then do a lot of damage back. Thunder Punch actually does more than high horsepower to Toxapex. And Ice Punch can hit Sandslash. It can also hit Xatu and Tapu Bulu for super effective damage as well. Thunder Punch also hits Xatu for super effective damage. Really nothing is going to be doing more than double Iron Bash. And then Superpower can hit Scrafty, Chansey, and Jolteon, and Dralodon, and Colossal, all of those things. You know, see, I had high horsepower initially, but I think I just chickened out because I don't want to miss that move. Really looking at the calcs, like these other moves sort of do the job. Like double Iron Bash just does the job really by itself. But we only have 8 of those, so something to keep in mind. And then finally we have Katara, Vaporeon with Wish, Flip Turn, Scald, and Heal Bell. This is the Pokemon that I struggled with the most bringing because, again, it doesn't really have the best matchup, but it does help wall Glastrier. Rotom Heat also walls Glastrier, by the way. It can come in on Toxapex and get Wishes and Heal Bells off. Obviously, it allows in like Bulu and Jolteon, which is why Flip Turn I think is really important. It also walls Inteleon. And why I'm not running Protect. Scald, I thought I might need for Colossal, because Flip Turn does nothing, and Scald is just some good damage if we come down to the end and we want to hit Sandslash or something. And, you know, the Heal Bell, I also, you know, I was like, do I really need Heal Bell? I have Heracross with Flame Orb, like, that just seems kind of weird. But I really just can't let him burn Melmetal, either with, like, Heat Wave or with Flame Body, Colossal. Like, that really scares me. Or him, like, Toxicking our Vaporeon too, with any of his Pokemon that can Toxic. I thought, you know, I would rather just have a Heal Bell just to be safe. You know, some of my other things don't want to be Thunder Waved either, like Mifa, or Comfey. Comfey also doesn't want to be Toxic. So that is the team, and you can see the spread there. 172 HP, 252 defense, 60 special defense, 20 speed, 4 special attack. That's about it. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. The team again is not like as bulky as I would like it to be, but I mean we have a defensive Rotom and a defensive Vaporeon, and then the AV on Melmetal. Basically, the plan is to whittle everything down with Rotom, Heracross, and Melmetal, and then try to win with either Mifa or Hakumele. But with that, we're going to get right into the battle. Enjoy. What is going on, Brownie Bros? We are here now for our Wisconsin Derby against Goki and the Milwaukee Metachamps. I've already seen his team. We had some LAN issues, so he did not bring Toxapex, Chansey, or Necrozma. So, like, his top 3 Pokemon in terms of tiers. So that surprises me. I'm also okay with it. Mifa does have a little bit of a harder time now because of that, but I'm expecting him to lead either Xatu or Colossal, and I think either way, the move is Rotom. If it's Colossal, we just Volt Switch out into Vaporeon, and if it's not, well, okay, the only bad situation we would be in is if it's Inteleon, and if it's Inteleon, we have Vaporeon, which can wall Jelly Bean. Okay. So I'm gonna assume he's gonna Volt Switch into Colossal here. So I'm just gonna go for a Toxic. If he goes Xatu, good on him. Jolteon. Life Orb, okay. Volt Switch. I'm going to assume this is Cole. Yep, Volga is Cole. Can we land the Toxic? We do. And now I will just Volt Switch into Vaporeon. I kind of want to see that Jolteon damage. Life Orb, level 50. And Rotom Heat, we went down to 121, so 77%, 23. So it looks like he could actually be modest. It would have been a low roll. I think here we just go into Vaporeon. Okay, so Colossal, level 50. I did what, like... Okay, 15. Tar Shot. That lowers our speed, right? Okay, that's... And I became weaker to fire. Tar Shot. It doubles the effective... Okay, so, I mean, that's whatever fire type move he has shouldn't do too much. If he's Power Herb Solar Beam, I actually kind of want to scout for that. So I'm going to go out into Puvin here again. I definitely don't want to be hit with that. And he stayed in, so I think he probably went for a fire type move or a Solar Beam. Okay, he withdrew Volga. So he could have just Flip Turn, Totem Bird. I'll Volt Switch. If he can go out into Jolteon if he wants. Calm Mind. Interesting. He is faster than we are. Okay, so weakness policy. Azelf, Xatu. Okay, let's say he's max HP, max Spadef, which it doesn't look like he is. 50, and he's at +1. Okay, Shadow Ball should kill from this range, so... Weakness policy Xatu. Jesus, okay. So Cole is Tar Shot we saw, and then Xatu, policy, Calm Mind. Okay, so Shadow Ball should always kill from this range. I guess it could technically be a roll, but I don't think he's max HP, max Spadef. Okay, so we are able to take him out. Which is huge. Okay, so Azelf takes out Xatu, which means we can get a Spike Up very freely now. pajamas. Okay. So. I kind of wish I nasty plotted there. Scrafty. With a Roselli berry. I can't really let him set up. You know what? I think I can afford to lose this thing actually, because if he is Roselli. Okay, he's not Roselli. So Azelf takes out Scrafty. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good. So Xatu's gone. Scrafty's gone. I think it's going to be hard for him to beat this Pokemon here. Okay, Jellybean comes out. Okay, so we know he's Life Orb, Jolteon. And if he's modest, do we think he's Shadow Ball? Timid. Okay, so Shadow Ball is a roll if he's timid. I could just switch out into... No, I think... Again, I think it's fine to just Side Shock here. Okay, so he has Shadow Ball. We'll see if he's... If he's timid, we have a shot to live this. Well, okay, he is timid. And this should actually... This could take him out here. Yep, alright. Azelf kills Jolteon. I mean, this is kind of... this Pokemon ran through his team. So... Okay, Lizard 07. Is there any reason for me to save this thing? No, I don't want him going... I don't want him going for a freaking... what's it called? For free. Okay, so... Inteleon, Focus Energy. Inteleon kills Azelf. So, on Inteleon, we see Air Slash. Okay, so I see no reason not to go into Katara and Flip Turn. Because, Flip Turn... Yeah, there's no reason not to do this. He has Glass Sphere. Air Slash. Okay. So if that's his best move... we'll go for the Flip Turn here. I think we just go into Haku Melee. So... Vaporeon, Inteleon. Okay, let's see if he's specs here. Air Slash, level 50. Katara is at 179. So 21%. Okay, he's not specs. So I'm just gonna go back out into Katara here. Volga comes out. And we can actually fire off a Scald for free. Well, okay, wait. This Flip Turn kill, because... No, you know what? I think I want this in anyway. So we'll go for the Scald here. And this should take him out. He's not Pasho Berry. Vaporeon kills Colossal. Okay. So he now has... Okay, so Icy Gale comes out. I think I just try to get a burn on this thing, honestly. We'll see if we're faster. Glastrier. Are you tank? Sure. Okay, so that did what? 15%? Substitute. That's a little scary. But also not that scary, honestly. If he's leftovers, can he touch us? Scalded. Okay, so he's like max HP. Crunch. He's max Spadef. Okay, so Flip Turn should now take out the substitute. So I'm gonna Flip Turn into Heracross. Perfect. And we obviously take a crunch quite easily as Syndulla comes out, and we will. Okay, perfect. And we will pop our Flame Orb here. Wait, he still has Inteleon, right? Okay, yeah. And we'll close combat. And that takes out Icy Dale. Okay, so Heracross takes out Glastrier. I think we could have preserved a 6-0 here, but it's not. I mean, I don't think it was worth it. That Calm Mind Xatu set could have been super scary. Alright. I'm assuming Air Slash is gonna come out here. Does Inteleon get anything to hit Shadow Ball? Okay. To hit Melmetal with? No, I don't think it does. So we're gonna go for a Flip Turn here. And we'll get Melmetal its kill. So all in all, I think pretty decent game for us. You know, we're gonna go to 2-0, and the 5 definitely helps our differential for sure. So yeah, is he Choice Scarf? He might be Choice Scarf actually. Because I don't know why you wouldn't go for Snipe Shot. So that is that. Melmetal kills Inteleon. Alright, so we got the 5-0 victory. Make sure you subscribe and like so you don't miss any of our UPA battles. GG to Goki. He brought a team I was not expecting. I'm glad we were able to kill that Xatu, because that could have been scary. Xatu has given me problems before. But with that, I'm going to get out of here. Remember, a video from Big Time keeps your life sublime. So until next time, bye guys.